Time now to take on a question of yours, and this was because we did a story on the Panasonic AC that actually has amazing technology that can take care of viruses, bacteria, and even COVID-19. So you all asked a question, how do we know it works? I mean, it's invisible, right? So we spoke to Manish Sharma, President and CEO of Panasonic India and South Asia. Manish, thank you so much for joining us on the show. And of course, we've got to talk about this. How does Nano EX technology in your AC actually work? What starts to happen when we turn the AC on?
Sure. So Rajiv, firstly, it's good to see you again. And second, I can't agree more with you that the kind of response which we have been receiving from consumers and also from the trade partners is quite phenomenal. And the very belief which I used to have that technology, while it might be incremental, and I'll elaborate why I feel so, can create exponential impact. So, I mean, just quickly, if I have to take you in the backdrop that from where this technology called Nano EX is coming from, and answering your question that how it does what it does. Firstly, let me reiterate on the fact that there are two, backgrounds of the convergence of what technology can do for people, especially for Nano EX. So one is this technology has been into development not for last couple of years or so, but for last 25 years. And we started development of technology which can essentially inhibit bacteria, viruses, molds, pollens, starting from 1997. And we invested the first 5 or 6 years into developing technologies which can actually inhibit these bacteria and viruses. And then from 2012 onwards, we started to integrate this technology into a variety of applications, and one of them was room air conditioners. And today, the power of this technology, which has been into development for last 25 years, is such that it can actually inhibit the COVID-19 virus also. And we have got validation from some top institutes which are authority in this particular domain. And coming to answer your question, I mean, the technology is such that it releases trillions of OH negative ions into the room, which then come in contact with either the virus which is suspended in the air, which is airborne, or it is on surfaces, stuck on the surfaces. And these OH negative radical ions react with the composition of the virus, which contains hydrogen molecules. And then coming together, they essentially inhibit. जिसको हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं निष्क्रिय कर देता है वायरस को. So that is how basically this technology works. And of course, there is a lot which goes behind development of this technology.
But Manish, the main problem is, what's the proof of this concept? I mean, it's invisible to our eyes. Our consumers don't have any access to R&D labs or some way to test it themselves. What's the proof that it actually works?
So that's a very valid question, because most of the time seeing is believing. And there are again two aspects, I would say. The one aspect is that how are we validating this particular technology of ours. So the fact of the matter is that we have got this validation from one of the top authorities in this particular domain, which is Taxer Laboratories of France. And we submitted both the module, which is the basic device for the testing, and also when it was coupled with the application of room air conditioners. And we have received adequate validations in terms of confirmation that how this device within a specific area can inhibit 99.9% of viruses within that area. And those certifications are available in the public domain across our websites. And we have also sort of released the printouts through the marketing material across most of our retail stores as well, for consumers to see and believe that how does authorities feel when it comes to validating this technology. So I think first is the very fact we have validation of this technology from one of the top authorities in this domain. And second is the very promise, the value based on which the basic business philosophy of this company has been living this promise for last many, many years. I think that is the second very fact, this credibility is reflected to the consumers.
Manish, thank you so much for talking to us. I think it's great because a lot of excitement got created with the AC review that we did, and now people know that this is technology that works. It's been on, for quite a few years in other devices. You've brought it now onto an AC, and of course, from the certification and everything else, that gives us a lot of confidence.